Tell us about who you are and where you grew up.
Well, I'm Charles Lowe, Sr. I was born in 1935 in Duluth, Georgia, at my grandmother's house. That was my start.
How and why did you join the Navy?
Well, I actually joined the Naval Air Reserve when I was still in high school. In '53, I just got old enough to join. And I had a friend that was in high school with me. We had a lot of classes together. And his older brother had joined the Naval Air Reserve. And he asked us one weekend when he was having to report, did we want to go with him? So we went. And of course, I always loved airplanes, all the planes. There was some really good times there. My basic training I got on the weekends when I was going. After I finished my basic training, I went to Minneapolis, Minnesota, and that was in '54. That's how I ended up on the Yorktown. We flew from Minneapolis to Oakland, California, and got on the Yorktown. That was the end of our ordnance training. That was an experience. We were out there off of California and got into a storm, and the waves were breaking on the flight deck.
What?
Yes. You're talking about 80 feet.
That must have been scary.
It's a big old ship. We didn't have time to be scared. But yeah, I will always remember the image of, we had two little destroyer escorts that went with us everywhere. And during that storm, you could look out, and sometimes all you could see was their antennas flipping above the rest of the boat was under the water.
Mm-hmm.
And we always laughed and said they deserved submarine duty pay and stuff. Yeah.
Tell us about meeting Betty for the first time.
Well, we had been on what they called our yearly cruise. It was a two weeks deal that we had to do every year. And we had done it at the Naval Air Station in Chambly. And at the end of the cruise, they decided they were going to have a barbecue, hamburger, hot dog type thing. And it happened to be at one of the chief's places, and it was his place backed up next to Betty's grandmother's place. And a bunch of us went and got there. Of course, all they were doing was drinking and beer and all, and me and Tommy Wallace was there. And Dobbin came up to me, that's Betty's daddy, came up to us, son, y'all not drinking? We said, no, sir. He said, well, it's not going to be any fun. He said, why don't y'all just go over and talk to our daughters? He sent us to their house, and Tommy struck up with Gwen.
The rest
That's
was
the way
history.
we got meet. And the second time I saw Betty, she was helping her dad. Her dad was a welder. She was helping her dad build a metal septic tank, and she was slagging. After he welded, he was slagging it. I thought then, I said, she's not afraid of anything. I told Mom the second time I dated, I told Mom, I said, well, I've met the young lady I'm going to marry. And she said, are you sure? And I said, I'm sure. And that was it.
How long were y'all married?
61 and a half years, a long time. They said, everybody was talking when we first got married, oh, they're so young, it's not going to last. She's pregnant. Mm-hmm. She wasn't. We were married for over 2 years before
the
Rita
first
was born.
one.
That was the way it got started.
Wondered if you might tell me who this is.
Oh, that was me when I was in the Navy. That's me in my dress blues.
When was the last time you saw that picture?
I couldn't tell you.
Well, we got lucky because Curtis found it this morning. And what's
Oh
that?
yeah, that's the ordnance crew,
Yep.
and that's the planes that we were working on behind us there.
So was that your first job in the Navy?
I was an aviation ordnance,
Yep.
which dealt with the guns, the bombs, the rockets. As we used to say, if it says pop, fizz, or boom, we fool with it. we had to maintain the ejection seats.
So you were literally the people that made sure that the pilots could get out of there.
Yeah. It was a P-2V Neptune patrol bomber. It had twin engines. The series that we had a nose turret. It had 250 caliber machine guns in it. It was a ball turret, just butt plate here and here on my ears. And you're sitting there with your legs all rolled up like this. You got your controls here for going up and down and side to side. And that was my position. We had a patrol squadron, and we would go out, and at that time, this was in '57, we were flying and doing a lot of stuff around Cuba. There's stuff going on there then. And, but that's what we did.
What's the most important lesson you learned from being in the military?
Discipline and respect. Kids should graduate from high school, and then they should go into the military for 2 years before they go to college to teach them discipline and respect.
You said if you had it to do over again, you would. What would you say to somebody that was thinking about going into the military now?
I'd say go with the expectation that you're going to learn a lot. Nowadays, when you go out on a carrier and gone for 9-10 months at a time, that's a long time to be away from family. I missed a lot of home time being in the military, but we made it. But that's what we did. It was fun. I wouldn't trade my Navy time, and if I had to do it over again, I would do it over again.
I love that.
It's just fun.